What's going on, guys? My name is Drew and welcome to Unlucky for Some, episode 13 of this FM 2021 save here at Liverpool. This will more than likely be the last episode of the season. We've only got the FA Cup final and a couple of Premier League matches left to play, so I'll probably try and cram them all into this final episode. Since the last one, which was obviously quite a disappointing one, where we got two losses, one of them being in the Champions League semi-final second leg against Chelsea, obviously dumping us out of Europe. We have had quite a decent run of results, actually. We beat Aston Villa 3-0 thanks to 2 goals from Mane and 1 from Shaqiri. We then played Sheffield United, won that one very comfortably, 6-2. Obviously they had a player sent off, but that wasn't until the end of the game. 2 goals from Shaqiri, 2 goals from Salah, 1 from Mane and 1 from Van Dijk. And the game that we've just played is the 5-2 win over Brighton. Again, 2 goals from Mane, a goal from Memphis Depay, Mo Salah, and an own goal from Matt Ryan. So we've had our budget set for next season. Obviously, we're not sure what we're going to do yet for next season, whether we're going to do another save with Liverpool. We've had our budget set for next season. Obviously, we don't know what we're going to do yet, whether we're going to carry on with Liverpool or potentially go for a more challenging save. But the budget that they've set us is 119 million, which is obviously quite a substantial budget. I'm not sure what we really need to change in this Liverpool team. I guess given the fact that we haven't really challenged for the league this season, and I'll get onto that in a minute, then maybe that's an area we need to strengthen, maybe bring in some more quality players into the midfield or maybe for the bench so that we can challenge on all fronts. But obviously so far we've managed to lift the Carabao Cup, the Community Shield. We obviously went out of the Champions League semi-final to Chelsea, and obviously we've got the FA Cup final today. So Man United have been confirmed as Premier League winners for this season, obviously 10 points ahead of us currently, obviously a few games left to play, but I think obviously our biggest downfall, the same with Man City's as well, is the amount of draws that we've got this season, and obviously we need to start turning them into wins if we do decide to go into another season. But all in all, I don't think we've had a bad season. Obviously, we've got a couple of games left, so there's an opportunity to maybe close the gap a bit on United at the top, so the gap isn't so high. But we'll have to see how we get on. But let's get into this first episode today, which is the FA Cup final against Spurs. So here we are then. First game of the episode, and it's our third chance of silverware, obviously lifting the Carabao Cup and the Community Shield. We now play Tottenham in the FA Cup final. Slightly rotated squad due to the amount of fitness issues that we've got. So Tsimikas will play at left back, Gomez, Van Dijk as our centre backs, Trent at right back, Alisson in goal obviously, Hendo and Keita in midfield, Jota on the right, Gini just behind Depay up front, and Shaqiri on the left. We've got Mane and Salah on the bench should we need them, but obviously they're struggling for fitness and suggesting that they need a rest. So we'll see if we need to use them, but otherwise I think this is a pretty decent lineup for us, and hopefully it gets us a win today, and as I say, gets us that important bit of silverware. Thought we were on full match the way this highlight's been playing out. Depay's in, and I think he slides it into the back of the net. Not sure what Lloris was doing. That's possibly the longest highlight I've ever seen on FM. Jota with the ball through. Let's see it now in 3D. He slides to try and get the ball past Lloris, and he does so. Memphis Depay then makes it 1-0 Liverpool. Trent with the ball in, and Henderson comes steaming in to make it 2-0 Liverpool. The captain's got on the score sheet as well, just his 5th goal of the season. Not really known for his goals though, is he, Hendo? More for his work rate. Shaqiri's now in. Good save from Lloris. Depay. Shaqiri's in again. This time he scores. He's had a few chances one-on-one with Lloris, and either put it straight at him or missed. This time he does score, and Liverpool have got a 3-0 lead in the FA Cup final against Spurs. Really good finish from Shaqiri. That's his 12th goal of the season. Shaqiri's in again. 13th goal of the season for Shaqiri. Not bad for a player that's not had many games this season. 13 goals. So far, the sort of reserve wingers have done well. And that's half time, 4-0 to Liverpool. I didn't expect this in the FA Cup final. I thought it would be a bit more of a challenge, but 2 goals from Shaqiri, 1 from Hendo and 1 from Depay. We've got one hand, dare I say it, on the trophy. Henderson, Depay, to Gini, back to Depay. Oh, that looked like it might have been a beautiful goal. I think he chips it over Lloris. See this again. Well played from Gini. Oh, he does a chip over Lloris. Really good finish from Depay. That's his 11th goal of the season. Again, I think it's the difference between us taking our chances and Spurs not. They've only had 4 on target, to be fair, compared to our 11. Full-time whistle was gone. That's quite a decent treble for us. Community Shield, Carabao Cup and FA Cup final as well. A game that we dominated, to be fair, not in terms of possession, but obviously in terms of shots and, like I say, taking our chances. It was nice that we could play a rotated squad, and those players definitely performed, the likes of Shaqiri and Depay. Obviously Jota as well performing pretty well, and Hendo obviously grabbing a goal as well. I'm pleased so many people have played a big role in getting to this point, and they deserve these moments. I think that's the case as well. I think we have had to rotate the squad quite a bit during this season, and luckily the players that we've had on the bench have managed to do pretty well. I know I've talked about selling a few of them and strengthening the bench, but the likes of Shaqiri, the Ox as well, has done well. Depay's done well since he came in. It's good to have those players that we can call on if we need them, if the front three are struggling. I think Jota's had a really good season as well for his first season at Liverpool. So yeah, famous treble for Liverpool in season 1. Praise Depay's performance. Got an 8.5 rating, 2 goals and 1 assist in that FA Cup final. Let's put my arm around him. You were superb. You seem to appreciate that. So one thing I haven't mentioned yet, actually, in terms of relegation watch, Burnley have been relegated from the Premier League. Crystal Palace, Newcastle and Everton are pretty close in terms of points. In fact, it's pretty close all the way up to, I guess, West Brom, but I assume it's going to be either Newcastle or Everton that might be going down with Burnley, and I assume Crystal Palace as well. But we'll have to see. There's a couple of games left till the end of the season, which we're obviously going to play now, and we'll see who joins Burnley in the Championship next season. It's the second game of the episode and second to last game of the season, and we now face Chelsea in the Premier League. So this is the lineup we're going with today. Alisson in goal, Nico Williams at right back, Matip and Fabinho as our centre backs with Robertson at left back, Thiago and Keita in midfield with Mane, Bobby Firmino, Salah behind Diogo Jota up front. Mane, Firmino, still Firmino. I'm not quite sure how that went in. It's Azpilicueta that scored an own goal. I think it rebounded off of the defender. I think the defender kicked it against Azpilicueta and it went into the back of the net. Let's see this again. Yeah, Rudiger. I think that's the second time I've seen that happen this season. Rudiger hitting the ball off of Azpilicueta, and it's 1-0 Liverpool. Thiago and Mo Salah scored. 31st goal of the season for Mo Salah. And Chelsea find themselves 2-0 down after 13 minutes. Mendy with no chance. Mane, Nico Williams this time. Tries to pull it across, but he can't, and now he's out of position. And Chelsea are on the attack, and it's a good save from Alisson. Havertz it was that went for goal. Keita, Robertson, Jota, Mane. What a great bit of play that is from Liverpool. 25th goal of the season for Sadio Mane. So that's Salah on 31, Mane on 25. Don't know how many Firmino's got this season, but a good return as you'd expect from those top players at Liverpool. Mane now, Salah's in, and Salah scores. counter-attacking football from Liverpool. Mane with a great ball into Firmino, who just played Salah in, and the Fab Three have done it again. Firmino, the only one yet to score in this game. And Werner's in and bearing down on goal, and he's always going to score that. 35th goal of the season for Werner as well. Same amount of goals as Mo Salah. Easily finishes past Alisson, but Liverpool's defence caught out there with the ball over the top. So 4-1 at half-time. Pretty dominant performance from Liverpool. Obviously that own goal from Azpilicueta after 7 minutes set them on their way. 2 great goals from Salah and 1 from Mane. Obviously Timo Werner getting a goal back just before half-time. Another ball over the top again, and Werner's in again. Minamino, Firmino, has he managed to score? Is it offside? It counts. So Firmino gets on the score sheet at last. Good ball from Minamino. Volleyed home by Firmino. That's the other reason we might shift Minamino out. It's just because it's difficult to pronounce Minamino and Firmino at the same time. Plus, obviously, you've got Fabinho in that conversation as well. But comfortable win for Liverpool in the end, 5-2. So it wasn't our final game at Anfield, because it looks like our Fulham game is also at Anfield. So not a bad way to end the season then, 2 home games in a row. So final games of the season then, we're playing against Fulham, but looking at the bottom of the table, obviously Burnley already down, so Crystal Palace are away against Everton actually, which is quite an interesting game given how close they are to that bottom 3. And Newcastle are away at Manchester City. Obviously Manchester City potentially looking to sack Guardiola, might depend on this result today. So the Liverpool lineup then for this final game of the season against Fulham: Alisson in goal, Trent at right back, Matip and Fabinho as our centre backs, Tsimikas at left back, who's not had a bad season actually. As we expected, he would be back up for Robertson. He's had to play probably a bit more than he expected to due to Robertson's fitness issues and injuries as well. But Keita then and Thiago in midfield with Diogo Jota, Bobby Firmino and Shaqiri playing just behind Mo Salah up top. Thiago, Mo Salah, Trent has a shot. Bobby Firmino puts it into the back of the net. 18th goal of the season for Bobby Firmino. So I think that was Mo Salah on 30 odd. Mane on 20 odd, and obviously Bobby Firmino on 18 goals this season. So that's the end of the first half. Not much going on in that first half. We'll be expecting a bit more in the second. Fulham break with Lookman, and I think that's going to be a penalty, is it? It is a penalty. So Mitrovic with a chance to level it, which he does. That's frustrating. I think it was Fabinho that gave away the penalty. Firmino. Oh, I think that's a penalty for Liverpool now. Is it going to be? It is a penalty, which Salah's going to take. And he saves it. And that's the end of the game, and that's the end of the season. So Liverpool finished the season with quite a disappointing 1-1 draw against Fulham. Should have done better really. So in terms of who went down then, so yeah, Newcastle, Crystal Palace and Burnley have been relegated from the Premier League in season 1. They did manage to equalise right at the end of the game actually, Newcastle. Mahrez scored after 90 minutes, but Fraser scored on 93 minutes. Everton did what they needed to do, which does mean that we will get a Merseyside derby next season, which also means we can't pick off any of their players should they have got relegated, which is a bit frustrating. United, who obviously won the league, they lost 3-2 to Brighton. Arsenal comfortably beat Sheffield United 4-0. Burnley ended their Premier League campaign with a 2-2 draw, and they'll go down to the Championship next season as well. So we've got our end of season review, which is a new feature for FM21. So there's our 3 trophies that we picked up: the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup and the Community Shield. So not a bad treble for us in our first season as Liverpool manager. In terms of the new players that came in, I mean, Garay didn't really play, he only played 2 games. Memphis Depay did well though, 26 appearances for him, 11 goals, 5 assists. Armada, obviously, he went out on loan straight away. Interesting to see that he came up with 3 and 9 with 2 assists as well. So not a bad performance from him. I suspect we'll let Garay go next season. So in terms of overall, the board are pleased that the team qualified for the Champions League through the participation in the Premier Division this season. So we got a C+ overall. However, at one point we looked like serious title contenders, so that does take some of the shine off the achievement overall. Yeah, I thought they wouldn't necessarily be too happy the fact that we finished second. I think they were expecting us to win the league. It is those draws, unfortunately, that have cost us. So moments to remember then. So our biggest win was actually against Burnley. Obviously they just got relegated 5-0. Match to remember was our 5-2 win over Chelsea. And goal of the season was Depay's goal against Burnley as well. Can we watch that? Doesn't look as though we can. A memorable goal from Depay as he runs from inside his own half before hitting a skidding drive. I suspect there's been better, but okay, we'll take that. Not bad for obviously a new guy coming in to get goal of the season. So finances then, obviously all in the green. We're obviously performing really well as we would expect to at Liverpool in terms of finances. Shirt sales have been really good as well. Minamino's obviously going to be very popular in terms of the Asian market. That's why his shirt sales are very high. And good to see that Thiago, obviously the big player coming into the team this season, has also been popular in terms of shirt sales as well. So in terms of the player awards then, so fans player of the season, not surprisingly, Virgil van Dijk. Obviously the big man at the back. You're not surprised to see him being the fans player of the season. Had a decent season for us. Young player of the season is Trent. Again, probably not surprising. Signing of the season would be Depay because we only made a couple of signings anyway. Goal of the season, as mentioned, was Depay as well. Most goals is Mo Salah in a match, 4 goals. Most assists in the season is 16 for Trent. Not surprising to see our wing backs coming up with the most assists, as you see that in real life at Liverpool. Obviously Robertson and Trent normally compete with each other for the most assists in a season. Most clean sheets, not surprising to see Alisson there either. Most player of the match awards, so 8 for Mane. Worst discipline, 22 yellow cards for Virgil van Dijk. So should we decide to do another season, they're expecting us to challenge for the Premier League next season, not surprisingly. They're also expecting us to again reach the semi-finals of the Champions League. Other than that, it's pretty much the standard: work within your wage budget, do not sign players over the age of 30, play entertaining football, etc. So top goal scorer this season, so 33 appearances, so it's Timo Werner, 33 appearances, 29 goals. Mo Salah came in second with 23 goals, so a little way behind actually Timo Werner, and Martial with 21 goals this season. Young player of the year is Trent, 27 appearances for him, 12 assists, 12 clean sheets, and not surprising to see the team of the year mostly dominated by Manchester United players, due to them winning the league pretty comfortably in the end. So there we go then, we finished season 1 as Liverpool manager. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. I'm not sure quite what we're going to do next season. I was going to open it up to you guys to decide. If you want me to do a second season at Liverpool, I will, but if you want me to do a more challenging save, happy to do that also. Please let me know in the comments. I've really enjoyed this first season and I'm looking forward to seeing what we do next. Please make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next season, or potentially the next save, depending on what we choose to do.